Good evening and welcome to a slightly later Weather Fans Live tonight.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Yes, apologies for being late. We few hiccups at home and technical as well, but we're here. That's the main thing.
We're here.
We're here finally.
Oh,
Yes, long day for us all. So
oh
I
yes.
think we get this and go to bed. And nothing else
Yeah,
to
we
come.
should get wrapped up in the next 45 minutes, I reckon, by about
Yeah,
1:15.
yeah. Hope everyone's doing okay anyway, and not had too bad of a foggy week. It's been a rather foggy one up here.
Yeah,
Eased up for a little bit yesterday, and it's come back a little bit today as well.
yeah, it's been quite foggy here again the last few days.
Yeah, I was just having a look on the charts for later, so they look particularly foggy for tonight. With
I
the old,
believe this is the last day of the fog because the
that's
east
right. Yeah,
wind's coming in, but we'll have a look at that in about 10 minutes' time.
yeah,
And I forgot to do something, which is that banner there. There we go.
yeah. Andy's just said been here since 8:15, then realised that the jungle thing has finished. Laughing face emoji.
Yeah, it's just I just forgot what I was going to say then.
Basically, we both had things to do at home that has overrun.
Yeah,
So we've just had to put it back a little bit. We do apologise, but
yeah,
obviously home
we're here
comes
now.
first. But we're here. We're here to bring you the good news. We're like Jehovah's Witnesses. We're here to bring you the good news.
Yes, and welcome, by the way, welcome to the first day of meteorological winter, by the way.
Indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right, I want
Right.
to click straight onto it and let's have a look at the November stats from the good old Met Office.
Indeed.
Bring that onto the screen. I've not looked at these myself as yet because I've literally just had
No,
to
neither have I.
on it. So this is the November stats from the Met Office. So this is the mean daily maximum temperatures. We're looking at the 91 to 2020 anomaly, and it shows us that across the board we're above average of around about what was that, about half degree to about 2.5 degrees across the UK. So
Yeah.
these, so the lighter shade, and we're looking about half a degree to 1.5 degrees above average, and the darker, we're looking at 1.5 to 2.5 degrees above the November average. That's for 91
Yes.
to 2020. If I click on to 60 to 90, shows you how much we're about 3.5 degrees above normal. No, not
Yes.
2.5. About 2.5 to
2.5
3.
to 3.5.
So about
No,
three
not
degrees
that high.
above the old anomalies,
Yeah, before they changed it to the 91 to 2010s.
which is the latest
Through
ones.
2020, my eyesight. I was hearing somewhere that every month this year the CET's been above average.
I'm not actually seeing much of the CETs so far this
I
this year.
think it
The
may be in line
minimum
with the monthly.
temperatures were obviously well above that. 'Cause it's not really too much of a frost, which we'll get to in just a
No.
second. So again, some places are above around about 3 degrees above the lowest temperatures for the whole month,
Hmm.
which has been quite an exceptionally mild month, really. So
Yeah,
the mean temperature overall. So
above average.
overall, but that's between day and night. We're looking at about a good 2 degrees above average, really, across the board.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a little pocket there, which is about 3 degrees above
Hmm.
normal, and parts of Wales and Northern Ireland just about a degree or two above normal. But overall, it's been a warmer than average November.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly have a look at the rainfall totals for off the Environment Agency.
And fair enough, that's what we're heading to right now is the rainfall. And no
Okay,
surprise, actually, there's a bit of a
very
surprise.
little.
It's actually a bit dry further north, actually. Well, no
Mm,
surprise, much of the UK is well above the November average.
hmm.
So some places are seeing well above 100% of their annual November rainfall.
Yeah.
Also, Northern Scotland have actually had one of their drier um, Novembers. parts of Northern Ireland
Yes.
as well. So it's been exceptionally wet, especially down in the southeast of England there, when quite a lot of the southeast have had more than 200% of the average.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think I
you're
actually
right.
finished up here on my gorge. I think we recorded 117 millimetres of rain throughout November, which I
Mm,
think if I combined perhaps May to October, it probably had about as much rainfall than it did through the whole of November.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just having a look at the totals for last week. Driest place was actually central England and the east, and the west was the southwest and the northwest. Yeah. So I'm getting flushed away.
So days of rain where there's been 0.2 millimetres or more is above the average for much of the UK, away from northern Scotland and perhaps some
Yeah.
the far northeast of England.
Mm-hmm.
So look, let's go 10 millimetres or more. That's a bit of a mishmash there. Quite a lot of down in the south have had more than 10 millimetres. Had more than 10 millimetres of rain on days of more than 10 millimetres of rain.
Yeah.
Again, parts of the north there, Northern Ireland, perhaps parts of northwest England,
Mm-hmm.
slightly below. So I've got the sunshine amounts.
Indeed, I won't expect
Yeah,
much below
say that again, sorry.
average in pretty much the whole of the north.
Yeah,
Average
it's
to
a bit of
below
a
average.
mixed bag there, actually.
Yeah, it has been quite,
Dull in the
dull
northeast.
and dank. Yeah, varied really. Some places have had a little bit above, but I would say about good bit of about average to just below average with the Lincolnshire, Yorkshire area, and some parts of the east with around about 50 to 70%.
Yeah, definitely well below there and slightly above. Perhaps, again, it's just a bit of a mishmash there.
Yeah.
See, have a look at the 61 to 90 anomaly, which is kind of very similar, really. So there's not much
Mm.
change. So in terms of actual value in hours, some parts of the northeast have had less than about 45 hours worth of sunshine throughout the whole of November.
Mm-hmm.
And parts of northwest Scotland have actually less than 15 hours.
Yeah.
Whole month of November.
Flipping it. So, shall we move on to? I was just having a look at the local water company's social media feed, and they said in the last 6 weeks the reservoirs have actually the whole reservoir system has gone up by 20%, but we're still in a hosepipe ban.
Yeah.
So
It's
with the
not looking
photos,
great, really, with the forecast weather coming up.
no, I was thinking that myself. Even though it's going to be dry in inverted commas,
Yeah.
it can still evaporate. You know what I mean? It can still evaporate as much as it does in the summer. So there we go. Days of air frost. Below
That's
average, -2.
below average across the board, which is no surprise. If we go into the actual,
Yeah.
some places at all have had no frost at all throughout air frost throughout the whole of November. If I click into the ground frost, which is probably going to be more than that. Okay, I've been corrected there. It's actually a bit less. So maybe the odd days or two of ground frost across the
Yeah. I don't think we've had any.
for the northeast, we've had more.
Yeah,
And
the further
finally,
north you go.
let's have a look at the important lightning strikes.
None. Actually, no, there was some. Yes, I remember
Yeah.
now. There was
mainly
some across the
through
northwest.
mainly through Irish Sea coast, really.
Yeah, and a few along the channel as well.
Not much
Nice.
inland at all.
Where's that nice little line there going through Suffolk and Norfolk?
Yeah,
But
that must have
other
been
than
like a
that,
line of thunderstorms or something,
yeah,
or one main thunderstorm that went through.
yeah. So,
So let me come out of this. That's actually November stats.
yeah,
Um, so it's been above average, wetter than average for many areas, and a bit of a mishmash with the um, sunshine totals.
yeah, right. We'll come to the all important Met Office weather warning for tonight is for
You are on the screen right
fog.
now.
A yellow warning for fog, or as we'd have called it back in the day, smog.
Showing your age a
Um,
bit.
yeah, could see it the other day actually when I was coming along the M62. But hey, further details, and I'm going to come to fog fraction charts in just a second. Areas of fog are likely to reform and expand during Thursday evening with large areas of poor visibility and some areas seeing less than 100 meters visibility at times. The fog is likely to persist for many overnight, then clear from the east during Friday morning. And the impact chart there is low impact with moderately likely, outcome. So that runs until 11 o'clock tomorrow, I believe. Just go back to that. Yep, 11 o'clock tomorrow. So I want to go into the fog fraction charts. Let me just load that up on this tab. There we go, share. So
There we
ignore
are.
the tab there. So as you can see here, let me just get rid of this. So as you can see there at the moment, well, that's it. Let's go to now. So this is now rough. Oops. Yep. So I'll just come round. This is what happens when you have hover mode over. So fog across Scotland, North East England and Scottish borders, with the worst of it across the borders of England and Wales into the southwest. Let me just drag this down a touch more. And up into Oxfordshire, Gloucestershire, and like I say, around the borders of England and Wales. That then moves all east during the night.
Do you mean west?
West, east. I'm used to saying east.
Yeah.
Over these last few months, I'm not used to the moving west. So that moves west.
Go west for the fog to clear.
Indeed. So that should clear by about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow, which is when the weather warning runs out. And then, as we can see there, that does reform over higher ground tomorrow. But that would mostly be lower cloud than fog. Maybe the cloud base would probably be dropping as the easterly wind sets in. And I don't believe that then comes back for Saturday. Bit over the high ground again, probably low cloud rather than fog. And now into Monday.
I think because we've got this easterly wind coming in, it's just obviously we've got like dry air coming in.
Yeah, it's just hitting the high ground as the cloud base. So as it hits the high ground, roughly over 400 meters, cloud will stick around the hills there. So we will go into precipitation cloud. And let's see what we've got forecast on the UKV. This is a high-res model. So this will give us a good idea of what's to come in the shorter term rather than the longer. I'm going to go to the ECM immediately after this one and see what that's bringing. So this isn't bringing much in tomorrow other than showers into the east, which is expected with an easterly wind. But as the air isn't that cold, it's just rain at the moment. Band of showers there in the southeast and across East Anglia as well, just moving in. Yep. And then they might organise into some longer spells of rain as they cross over northern England as they up to Saturday in the early hours. As I say, some quite beefy showers as well looking there, which I would expect because the sea's still quite warm.
Yeah.
Probably around about 11, 12 degrees. So as the easterly wind goes over, pushes all that nice vapour up, makes some big clouds. Hopefully she'll get some good cloudscapes this weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday there, look, Midlands, Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, up into Tyne and Wear and Northumberland.
They just seem to ease off as they go further inland, really, don't they?
Yeah, that's generally the idea. Once it hits the hills, it then gets the rain shadow effect, and then as you can see here, where the clearer air is, that's the rain shadow effect.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. A little bit of snow across Scotland there, but not much to talk about. Some around here, around the Scottish borders, but probably wouldn't be late. Maybe on the tops of the hills, but nothing major as of yet. And yeah, just more of the same as we go into Sunday. More of the same. And then up here is a sign of something to come for Monday into Tuesday. There's a low that's over Scandi at the moment, moves its rear end down and bumps into that cold air, which is like high pressure across the north up here. And then that low moves into that high pressure, which is obviously providing easterly winds. Maybe a little bit of settling snow over the tops of the hills.
Has it ever changed compared to what was shown on Sunday, where it was showing the aerial low pressure coming from the south, but that not seems to be happening now?
No, it's gone the other way now. It's coming from the north.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to jump onto the ECM model, and this will give us a more wider view of what's to come. So if I go to that tab, right, let me just roll it all the way back. I do apologise. So here's the high pressure over Russia and Siberia and Scandinavia. Currently, the wind's a bit modified. It's coming in from more of the Italy, around the Balkans, somewhere around there. So
it's not direct Siberian easterly.
No, we'd want to be looking for it to come from over here somewhere and then in.
I say it's more of a modified easterly, really, coming from
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah, I would call it more of a southeasterly, but as we go into the weekend, that high pressure starts to build more across Scandinavia, which is then pushing the lows. Is that low still there? Look, that was showing.
Yeah, it's just staying it's the west of Iberia.
Yeah, it's just staying as a cut-off. And as you can see there, high pressure across Scandi, the Siberian high across Russia and Siberia. That then obviously reinforces that easterly. As you can see, still a modified easterly, still coming out of possibly Germany, Ukraine, Poland, that kind of area. Hang on, I don't want to. Oh no! Let me just get rid of that. Right, sorry. Back to the main event. Just having a moment. So as we can see, the 528 line, which is here, just offshore, this is generally a good indicator for snow. Anything below the 528 line is usually a good indicator for snow at moderate levels, really, isn't it? Would you say, Michael? 528 line, yeah. So
yeah, that's more winter weather, really, the 528 line.
Yeah, it's a general rule of thumb. So there it is there. Could get a bit of sleet to high ground, maybe. That moves in. It's more of an upper low than anything, that is. That then moves across, brings a good portion of showers, as we saw, maybe snow to high levels, as we saw in the UKV. That upper low then moves across over the easterly, and then still modified on Sunday, but it's pushing, like I said, it's getting squeezed out of the Balkans and around Ukraine and Poland. It'd be interesting to see what temperatures are like there, obviously, as it comes over land. It warms up, does the air. Currently between the 534 and the 540 line here, after that upper low moves through. There's another low brewing up here to the north as well, which I'll move it on a little bit more. May show us a change in directions. So this is Monday. As you can see there's a idea that there might be a northeasterly.
Yeah.
The easterly gets cut off and we tap into some Arctic air rather than Siberian, which is more colder. I'm going to put the 528 on in a minute. Not the 528, sorry, the 850. Have a look at that. That then, as you can see there, this is the Tuesday, according to the 12Z on the 1st of December. Bring some showers there. Would say possibly snow over higher ground. 528 lines here. So just coming across the Midlands.
Off with.
So it'd be interesting. I've looked at my weather app on the phone, and it does show a general trend for downward temperatures, possibly going down at 1 or 2 degrees by the end of next week. There's that slider low I was telling you about. So we'll just go back. That then comes out of Scandi and moves down the North Sea. And then that starts to bring its own circulation. So that northerly seems to get cut off. It's a bit of a bummer, really. But it's still coming from the top here. So the cold air is getting fed into it. We got the 516 line across the Midlands and Wales. So that will definitely, any showers will be snow to lower levels with the 516 that far south, I would imagine. So the M62 corridor could be prime candidates for snow on Thursday next week, according to this ECM run. So, and then it just keeps dumbbelling lows around us. But the cold air is over the back of it here and coming in. So it's going to be modified by the Atlantic. Here we go again. Oh, Paul, what are you doing? Right.
You still don't want to do that.
I know, I'm not with it today, mate. I do apologise, everyone. I'm not with it today. We have days like that. Anyway, 522 lines up here, 528's down here. So we are in the colder air, and he's getting fed in, albeit modified from the Atlantic and the Arctic, well, over the top of Siberia, actually. Low pressure here over mid-Europe. That could be bringing, actually, no, I would say it would be bringing snow, but 546 lines there.
Yeah, it might be more med kind of.
Yeah.
It could, on the northern edge, it could be bringing snow.
Yeah, as it bumps into this cold air. So somewhere like Denmark, Finland, Sweden. Yeah. Well, we're in the cold air as it comes through. Let's have a look. So that low then actually starts to move towards us. And this is the end of the run. Obviously, the easterlies across the top there. And we're in a bit of a call again. The possible fog maybe across the northern areas where it's slacker.
So it takes us Sunday, December the 11th.
So 528 lines down here and across here. So we are in the cold air. I wouldn't say colder air, but cold air. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the temperatures for that run on the ECM high res. And there we go. Right, back to this tab. We're back on. Yes, we are.
Yep.
Brilliant. Thank you. And just bring it down a little bit more. So 2 meter temperature here. Same run as I've just shown you. in 3-hour increments. So tomorrow we're looking 6s and 7s, maybe an 8 here and there. Could be possibly frosty on Saturday night there, look, across western areas.
Yeah. I think with the east, with these showers coming in off the North Sea, obviously it's going to be a bit more cloud around, which will probably prevent the frost to form.
Forming, yeah.
So further west would be more likely.
Yeah, so Saturday we're looking possibly 2 or 3 above higher ground, 6s and 7s below, about 400 metres. We'll go
it will
into
feel colder in that wind as well, so there'll be
there's definitely a wind chill. Yeah, you'll probably be able to come down GFS. So Sunday night could be frosty. I say that in inverted commas in sheltered areas. I won't put out a ground frost either. So we're going to Sunday. So temperature struggling on Sunday with 3 to 4 degrees quite widely, possibly even freezing over the highest of ground.
Yeah.
As that low moves through. Monday, a little bit warmer. Let me just go back up here. There we go. So this is Monday, 1500. A little bit warmer, 5, 6, 7s again. More colder across Scotland as that easterly wind sets in across there. As that low moves down. Let's have a look. So there we are, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Pretty much frosty even into the Midlands. Also, you might need the scrapers out on Tuesday morning. Barely recovering, really. 4, 5s. As that setup comes. So we're looking Wednesday. Quite possible we've got the first widespread frost of the season. Yeah, with -4s and -5s quite wide across the west and the Midlands and into northern Scotland, with the east just a little bit lower, although it's still cold due to that easterly wind. First Wednesday could bring the first widespread severe frost of the winter.
You're in Australia. You're still watching on the celebrity. You think you're in Australia now?
I'm just watching the football as well. So, Anyway, so barely recovering on Wednesday. Obviously, this now goes into 6-hour increments.
Yeah.
So here, look, 0s and 1s might go up to about 3, I would say. This is obviously at 12 o'clock, so it won't recover much. Here we go again. So 6 o'clock on, there we go. So we've got -9s showing up here in Scotland.
Probably like the Highlands, maybe.
Yeah, we might get a -11 somewhere like Loch Glasglannoch and some Montrose, somewhere like that. That's deep in the Highlands. Possibly a -10, -11, somewhere around there, I'd say. Coming into Northern England, -6, -7. Lower ground, so like across Yorkshire, -2, -3. Over on the wrong side of the Pennines, -5 showing, -4, -5. Your neck of the woods, Michael, -5, -6.
Someone's commented saying, "Summer, I wish." I don't know who that is, but
yeah, just leave your name.
If you are going to message on Facebook, just put your name at the end, unless you go into the website. I'll put that website back on the banner.
Yeah, streamyard.com/Facebook, if I remember rightly.
So it's on there now, so
brilliant. Thank you.
Register there.
There's Thursday. So barely recovering after that severe frost the night before, as you can see there. Let's have a look at the night for Friday. More widespread frost again, -6, -7s, down to lower levels, -4 even into London. Colder air seems to have seeped further south.
Yeah.
With this. with the less colder air, -4, -5s still showing. Let me just go further in. So we'll go to Friday, and then I'm going to pass it over to Michael, barely recovering again.
Yeah, that message was from Richard, by the way.
Oh, Richard. Hello,
Good evening, Richard.
So this is Friday into Saturday night next week. The weekend after next. So don't take this too literally. But there's a -9 showing there around Humberside and Lincolnshire into South Yorkshire. All this is open to.
Yeah, we're getting to like more unreliable time frame. So this is what could happen, not what will.
Could. Yeah, as we said, there was that hint of us low moving up from the south on Sunday when we was on, but that's obviously changed. And
yeah, that's just staying. That's as we said, mentioned that was staying out just to the west of Iberia. So that's like what a good 500 miles away.
Exactly.
So it just shows how much can change in a few days.
Exactly. The runs are starting to come into alignment now. So on that one, I'm going to pass it back to Michael to do the GFS.
What I'll show first is the good old Met Office charts. Just get out on the screen right now in 3, 2, 1. Should be there. Ta-da! There we go. It is there. So this is the current synoptic facts charts from the good old Met Office. This is from 6 o'clock this evening. We're in the really slack air at the moment. We're just about to get this easterly wind coming in. You've got this convergence line just here, which in time will start bringing a few showers around that area. What we expect is this ridge, this large area of high pressure, just to ridge more towards the west into the UK. And that will start to pick up the wind slightly. And as the day goes along, tomorrow we're expecting to lose most of the fog. One or two places might linger. So we've got a bit of a convergence line just there. So with some showers perhaps through the southern coast or through the channel there. You've got another little one there, which will bring some showers in across the eastern areas on Friday. One or two could come a bit further inland, but probably die a death as they move towards the Midlands. We're 36 hours away. Still this easterly wind. So we'll track this back. We're coming towards more at the far southeast of the Med, really. So it's not like a direct hit from Siberia, as Paul mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
There's that area of low pressure that, when we looked at this on Sunday, this was due to come to the southern parts of the UK, but that has been held off with this easterly in charge.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going a bit too far there. So, yeah, we've still got this little feature just here, a little trough, which will still enhance some of the showers to eastern areas. And that is still hanging around in the North Sea as we head into Sunday itself. With the wind still coming in from the east, but not, as I mentioned, not directly from the east, more than modified southeast to easterly there. I'll just move that forward. For some reason, it sticks around like day 3 or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this easterly wind is about as far, well, it actually goes all the way through more to nearly central Atlantic, really.
Mm.
There's that area of low pressure mentioned. It's just coming nowhere near the UK.
No.
And 120 hours away, so we're looking at midday on Monday at this stage. And again, we're still in this more to a northeasterly, slightly just there.
Yeah, you can see the cold air.
Yeah, we can see this cold air coming in. What we actually got at the moment, we've got this large area of high pressure over towards more Scandi, really. And we've got this other area of high pressure towards Greenland. And what looks like set to happen now, this area of high pressure will take over the Scandi high. And as Paul mentioned, it looks like it's going to change the winds to the northeasterly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look at the good old GFS.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, it's going to be a lot of northern blocking this month. That's typical of the negative NAO.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Question
explain
is,
that
how
to one of
far
my friends.
in the month will it go?
Exactly. And I was trying to explain that to one of my friends at the radio club last night. I was like, this is, you know what I mean? This is NAO. This is negative NAO. You know why? I just went,
Yeah.
just went, wee, straight over the head. Anyway, so here's the GFS.
And the 850, I'm just going straight to 850. So it gives you an idea how cold the air is. So really, for anything probably snow to fall, we're looking around about -5. But it's not always a guarantee. For more of a guarantee, we're looking for -10 upper air temperatures.
Yeah.
So the nearest to that is just a million miles. Well, not a million miles away, but you know what I'm saying at the moment.
Yeah.
So the air. So we've got around about the 0 degree isotherm across the UK at the moment, but it's not really doing anything to give us any snow, anything like that. And we see these easily start to come in. We've got this -5 coming in, which could perhaps over the highest ground of the Pennines, the Welsh mountains, the Scottish mountains. Any precipitation that does fall will be of winteriness in those areas there. So as we mentioned, it's not a proper full-on easterly. We just say slightly dry, but a little bit of warmer air, but gets modified as it comes across Europe. So not as cold as it can be. If it was coming straight from here directly across, obviously we're going to be tapping into this much colder air. So if we move that forward through to Sunday, still got a bit of cold air across the UK. And this goes straight through to the central Atlantic as well. So it's a proper long fetch easily across much of Northern Europe, really. So what happens from here? We'll start to change our winds slightly to the northeast, and we'll get more influenced by this area of high pressure over towards Greenland. And we can see all this cold air waiting in the wings. So if I go back, not much there, but let's bring this forward through to Monday. We can see that cold air waiting in the wings. So let's see how far this will go. That area of low pressure to our south tries to nudge up a little bit, but it's going to get blocked off by this cold air coming plunging south, he says. Yeah, I think it does. That low pressure does try to move northwards, but then we've got all this cold, actually quite cold air coming down from northeast.
Yeah. Not all that northern blocking as well across Greenland and Scandi.
So this is the -10 isotherm we mentioned. So if anything that does fall from the sky is going to be more than likely to be wintry, even to lower levels.
And I would imagine so, looking at that. Ooh, just a glancing blow.
Yes, but how far? But is it going to be?
Yeah. So it's northeasterly, isn't it? Just look at that door opening.
It's got to keep it on this bit of milder air here, which is a bit of a nuisance, really.
Well, that could there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Is it going to keep bringing it down?
Oh, yes.
It's a glance. Yeah.
It's like watching game of football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, -15 out to the east. -10 comes across Scotland towards Christmas.
So
interesting time.
It's trying to, but it's just will it at the moment?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the pub run does tonight. If it comes home drunk or if it's.
Well, I'll do in a second, actually. I'll have a look at the previous model run to see what that suggested. So let's go to the maximum temperature. No, I'll tell you what.
I'll put another one of my pub
run type. See if
my pub run splits on tonight and see what we get.
Let's run this through. So these are the shows I mentioned through tomorrow, affecting the Channel areas and parts of Eastern England. And again, any showers will be wintry, pops over the highest ground of the Pennines, Scotland and Wales for the next few days. Then we'll start seeing this, see how far. We'll start seeing this perhaps turning wintry as it moves further south. So let's have a look. Snow over the Scottish mountains. Still showers feeding in from the North Sea.
Yeah.
Again, still wintry over high ground. We've got this system coming up from the south here, which will perhaps introduce little less colder air.
I think that's where the northerly comes down. Just becomes stationary across Midlands and North.
Yeah.
See there, the cold air is coming more further south on Friday next week with a bit of widespread snow possible.
At this stage for next weekend.
Great.
But these are like snow showers if it does come off. Come off. So it's like the North Sea will be full of snow showers.
That'll be good for me if I'm up on high ground. I can, on some of the high ground around here, I can actually see out towards York and Selby and that way. So it'd be interesting to see where the borderline of that snow becomes. There'll just be a curtain of it. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Obviously, if you look at the top of the picture there, obviously it's well in the unreliable time frame. Look at all that snow coming down from the north. If that came off, we're probably looking at widespread snow.
Could be another December to remember.
No, it's not cold. To me personally, it's not cold enough at all.
No, not as cold as it was, but not as cold as that was.
Plenty of snow showers around. So
Richard says he wonders if we'll get some thunder snow.
Oh, not even worth thinking about at this stage because it's still
too far away.
Still about at least a week away. Potential of all that. I'll bring up the
you got to have the right conditions for thunder snow.
Yeah, it's very, very extremely rare to get thunder snow in this country. Extremely rare.
I think the last time we had some was across Scotland.
We get them on like the heaviest snow, perhaps usually snow showers.
Yeah.
More than likely, as you mentioned, it's probably like the Scottish mountains, really.
Where that warm air is getting forced up into the cold air.
Yeah.
The warm sea is getting forced up and getting funneled.
It's extremely rare to get anywhere in perhaps England, Wales, again, perhaps over the Welsh mountains at a push. But onto lower levels, it's extremely rare. So let's go through to Saturday. Temperatures, again, looking at about 4s and 5s. So if you want to feel how cold it is, you might as well just sit in your fridge right now. So I've got the maximums for now. Have a quick look at the minimums in a second. Sunday, temperatures might read about 4 or 5 degrees, but with this easterly wind, we're probably looking around about just above freezing the field light temperature, so maybe 1 or 2 degrees. So if you are out and about this weekend, just wrap up quite warm, really. Monday, again, we're looking at 4s, 5s, 6s across the board. Again for Tuesday. So we see this mild air trying to push in from the south, with 11s and 12s down, perhaps in the far southwest. Does that get any further? Nope, gets kept at bay, so we're stuck in the mid-single digits, really. As we've seen on that model run, that mild air in the south will just get pushed back down south again. Then on next Saturday, we're looking temperatures barely above freezing, struggling to get much above freezing. 1s, 2s, and 3s. Some ice days across Scotland and perhaps over the Welsh mountains. And also heading for severe frost. We'll look at minimums in a second. Again, 3s and 4s. Risk of snow showers I've perhaps seen. think this is from Tuesday onwards where we see that much colder air coming, pushing south. So maybe 5, 6, 7s, maybe 8s in the far southwest. Look at that severe cold coming down in Scotland, what, -5, -6 at tops.
Yep.
Then that's showing barely above freezing, so it's like perhaps ice days across much of England and Wales, especially further north you are.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Contingency email is going to be fun to read tomorrow. Cold weather planning on that, I get.
Yeah, Thursday the 15th. Again, temperature barely above freezing for many areas.
Mm.
Oh, look at those blues. We'll have a look at the minimum temperature in a second.
Did I just say -10 then? Also -10 then? No, I don't think I need to change my prescription. Yeah, I did actually. I was right, up in Scotland.
So look at that at the moment as it stands. Obviously, it's subject to change at the end of this run. Temperatures are not even going to get above freezing on Friday the 16th. So I'm guessing there'll be quite a lot of perhaps snow cover around maybe.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Especially with that plunge of cold air coming from the north.
So again, temperatures barely above freezing. Let's get to the minimum temperatures. Have a look at the frost because I'm guessing these will be perhaps -6, -5 to -10 in many places.
Yeah. It's good to see the models actually green for once.
Yeah.
So here we go. So look at the minimums.
So risk of frost in more, as we mentioned earlier on in the video, more western areas really for Friday into Saturday. Depends where these showers are. If you've got the cloud cover, patchy frost into Saturday into Sunday. And probably more risk further north. There might be possibility of more cloud around. Well, you do get the breaks, obviously, more risk of frost. So as we know, on the start of the week, we've got that low pressure transmitter from the south, which doesn't bring up the mild air it wants to. That stays to the south. So risk of frost will be quite less around about midweek.
Mm-hmm.
Get into the end of the week where we'll start seeing the colder air start to move down. So it was like, I think from next weekend, wasn't it? So there we go. Start seeing those colder temperatures start coming down. So obviously that's like 10 days away, getting to 10 days away now. So we're looking at about -1, -2.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think the Tuesday onwards where we get that much colder air plunging south.
Yeah.
So just about a frost across many areas. So we can see that cold air starts to come down from the north. So how low are we going to go? It's like a limbo, isn't it, really?
Mm. So it's all right. It's a daily event for me being so tall.
So we're looking at -3s, -4s. So it's about 12 days' time. We're looking at a good frost there, really.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, -10 in northern Scotland there, across the Scottish Highlands.
-11.
I can see a -14, I think. Less. Might be -11, actually.
Yeah. We'll say probably a -14 down in France, but
yeah. So we're looking.
Some frost days there, some ice days.
Yeah, -6, -7. These are the minimum temperatures.
Ice days. So
there's your -14s across like these Scottish Highlands. -10s appearing in over Wales as well.
I'll be over Snowdonia.
Oh, and there we go. I didn't realize right at the end of that.
Minus how much? 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
-40. But these, I said, the moment temperatures.
Yeah, that minimum
back to maximum.
Yeah, you just average it between the two.
Okay, about -5, -6 then.
Between -6, -12, about -9.
What I'm just going to do, I'm going to go back to 8:50. I'm literally just going to quickly
Yeah,
run it right
something's
across
just
quickly,
started.
see if it's similar to what we've just been seeing.
Yep, because something's just started that you'll like on ITV1.
Yeah, I'll probably watch that in about 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've run that through. So that's the current situation. This is from the 6 o'clock run this morning. As we mentioned, does this bring the cold air down from the northeast? Slightly modified, very similar to what we've been seeing. That low pressure again, perhaps just a bit further south on that what we just saw in that other run. Will this bring down the cold plunge? Actually, that tries to bring another low pressure up from the south there.
Mm-hmm.
But that gets pushed away again. But that's that's slightly delayed compared to what we just saw.
Yeah, well, the general idea is for an easterly, then a little bit of a lower pressure, and then that northerly to plunge down. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. We'll obviously keep an eye on it. We'll keep it posted on the main Weather Fans page.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, if you're free on Monday, to do a live on Monday, because on Sunday is the England game at 7 o'clock, and I'm not
Yes.
going to miss that.
Yeah, I can do Monday. It's my day off, so yeah. We'll do it instead of Sunday. Do it on Monday instead. Usual time.
Please come east.
It's Richard, I think. Is it Richard? Hello. Quick, put your name down before we go.
So,
Beast from the east. No.
Oh, Beast from the east. No, not really. It's a bit of a modern. It's nothing like a Beast from the east. It's just more of a bit of a coolness from the east.
Yeah, coolness from the east, but the main event from the north.
It's better than the pest in the west we've been getting recently.
Oh, or the scorcher from the south in the summer. Right, guys. Yes, I think it's time to wrap up. So yeah, I'll put the midnight run up. Not the midnight run, sorry, the pub run with my little bit of sarcasm before I go to bed. And I'll say good night from that one there.
It's good night from him. And thanks for watching. And we'll be back on Monday. But as I said, we'll keep you posted over the weekend as well with the latest coldness. So as I said, at the end of the charts, it's not a guarantee. It's what could happen.
No problem. Right, guys. We're out of here.
And comment there.
Oh, yep.
What was that? Did you see those?
All those anvils and right.
I've not seen myself.
We'll look in a minute. Right, guys.
Cheers,
take care, Richard. Take care, Andy, and anyone else who's watched. See you Monday, 8:15.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to go to bed. Not together, but
go to sleep. Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Always gone. Bye.